finish there, so that's where, you know, so Andy do, and then we both step forwards and do a shutuki, depending on the slight different style variations, but we both do that. Next movement from there, again, next movement from there. So up to there, it's the same. Next movement, Andy does it, I go there. So he steps back and does another shuto, I do a mawashi. Right? And Andy does the next movement, he does a wrist lock, I do an arm lock. Okay, and then both will drop the person, and then we'll do a kick to finish, and we'll Is everyone okay with that? So you see the look a little bit different on the surface, but I would suggest it's just variations on the themes, alright? So if we just start from the last little bit, so we've gone here, we take the arm down, we brought it up, we pass, we hit, we back. What I want to do here is blocking. Okay, so just for the sake of the flow drill, so I've got bang and he brings that arm up. So there's a problem that needs been solved. At this point, the two versions are exactly the same. It says, right, now at this point, all of his arms are on this side. So obviously I want to be over here striking. So what I'm going to do is this hand's going to release from this one, it's going to come up, and I'm going to push the elbow across. My other hand then pins it in position so I can move forward and shoot those strike, just like the Kata does. So we do the full sequence again. So it's down, up, pass, hit, bend, he blocks this one from there, move the arm through, through and strike. So actually a bonus strike. That's good. Yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, if you can still see it. Move through, push the arm across, see how I do that double pass, and move through and strike from there. Okay, once I've done that in a moment, I mean, you can carry on going forward to just 3. For the sake of the drill, basically all that would be is, and you just drive them forwards from there. So as Andy would push up on my arm, right from there. If he drives straight back towards me, that's when we do the reversing one. So that's what we're going to move straight on to. If I drove him backwards, I can just carry on doing the other ones. So we'll see when we flip it in a second. Is everyone okay to give that little bit of go? So when you get the end there, 1, 2, partner does it, bring your arm up, push it across. Bring the other arm in to keep it across, move through shoot off. Trying to get that as fluid as you can. So it's there, boom. Again, so you're keeping him off his attack level. Everyone okay with that? Okay? And in a moment he's got to push backwards. Give that a little go. So if we're doing it with the first part as well, the arm is swung in. We learn to take it down, we learn to bring it up, we learn to drag it, we learn to bend the arm, we learn to strike, and for the sake of the drill, he's blocking here. Right? Now, if you think, although we're freeze framing it, if you've done this with motion, of course, Andy's energy's going that way. And the last thing I want to have happen is he keeps control of this arm, that's his arm all open up now. You know what I mean? So one of the first things when he hits from there is, what I do is I go, I'll yield it. Does that make sense? Because he's going to use that arm. If I leave it where it is, he can use it to open me up. So I don't want to do that. So as he pushes, I go, I'll guide it past. Yeah, so there's no contest of force there. If his force is going that way, I don't try and resist it, because that's going to happen. Right? What I do is I just let him yield it. Just go there. Is everyone okay with that? So that's a feeling as he goes. And then from there, I guide that past, then I pin it, so I can hit with this arm. So this guide, pin, hit. Okay? Guide. With that arm passing through. Pin. Hit. Okay? Is everyone okay with that one? Just to make sure you get that. So you're not contesting the force. We never do. We just yield it past. That's going to be the first source. Okay, go past. Pin the arm hit. Okay? Off we go. The question was asking about the styles that do this. You know, like tutorial and others, kind of the arms are low. It's just his head's lower. You know? So that's what I'm saying. You can argue well, which one's right. They're all right. So if I've gone, if we go back to this bit, if I've banged and I'm pushing straight through for it and I redirect it where his head goes, you know, so if I really yield it well, he might step forward. So my next strike would be, yeah, be down here, because that's where his head is. You know, you know, as he pushes there, I'm not going to go, no, I'm shoulder count. You know, I don't care if it means he missed, I'm sticking to my style. It's just wherever his head happens to be. And what the Kata could do, the Kata could go. That's it, yeah, it just depends. So it just shows one, assuming that you would understand that wherever his head is, you hit it. And again, there's that lovely line from Nakasone where he says, never be shackled by the rituals of Kata, but instead move freely according to the opponent's strengths and weaknesses. So basically, don't be shackled by the version of the Kata you do, wherever his head is, you hit it. Is everyone okay with that idea? So anyway, on to the next little bit. So if we, you know, we can keep adding this little bit into the start if you want, but he blocks this from here. If we do it as a flow drill, I'll pass it through, I'll move through and strike. Whenever that head happens to be. On this next one, what Andy's going to do is he goes down, well, he knows that his attack line's all wrong. Even if he doesn't think that way, intuitively he gets that this is bad, the person causing me pain, I'm looking in the wrong direction. So one thing he might do is he brings his arm to push on my elbow with the other hand and pushes it across. And suddenly he's got the line. Is everyone okay with that idea? So that's one way in which you could reverse it. So as he pushes this, what I want to do is I want to yield it again. Does that make sense? Yeah. So if you do, let's do the wide old version first. Right? So if he pushes it, goes, okay, yield it. And then he just passes it through. The next thing it does is go, when he's done that, lock his elbow down, see where his knees are, give him a crunch. Run away in the opposite direction, he can't follow you now. Everyone okay with that concept? So if we're doing it from there, I go here, I yield it, I go bang. If you push it back towards me, I yield it again. I put a lock on, I crunch your knee, and I'm off. Is everyone okay with that? And then we'll look at the shoulder can one, because they've got an additional motion in there. Shoulder can one, right? Similar idea. So what happens is I've gone in and done my strike from there. On this one, we're right back to the point where you're just going to push this arm back. That's it. So as Andy goes to push this one, instead of going this way, which is one of the versions we just looked at, what I want you to do is yield it again and do the shuttle on this side. Okay? So it means you do the same technique, one going forwards, one going back. So if we go back to here, I've gone bang, bang. From there, Andy had blocked it. I yielded and pushed, he pushes back, and I yield through this way and go that way. Okay, you're right with that. Now what he does is, as I'm from there, he reaches with the other hand and grabs my wrist from on top. Alright, and then pulls it across. So that at that point it's a sail. Is everyone okay with that one? It just means you haven't got that little escape that we were playing with. And then from there, I turn around, put it on, boom. You know, kick him while I want to kick him. So that's another one if you want to do that one. So shoulder can version 1, 2, from there move through, go here, and he pushes through. Yield it past the shuto, he grabs his wrist as he pulls it, a circle, and give him a kick. Okay? In the character sidekick, we kick him with whichever one you want, really. You know, and the whole point is he's just using a lock to drop him, and then you've got to kick him. So, do you remember, we want to give that one a go as well? So there's an alternate for you too, all right? So again, just one last time. We do the full thing, circle down, pass through, hit here, Andy pushes across. I yield and go forwards. He does the same again. I do the same going backwards. He then reaches the bottom hand and pulls it through. I don't like this because I'm open, so I circle through, stick the lock on, give him a kick.